In this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can turn any single Lumix camera you own into a cinema camera using the Omnia by Rig Pro. Quick disclaimer, Rig Pro did send me out this to check out and review for you guys here on this channel, but they're not paying me, nor are they sponsoring this video, so all these thoughts and opinions are truthfully my own. Now, the first thing I want to touch on is the current issue with Cine style back rigs altogether. I personally own the S5 IIX version, and also I bought the S1 II for the S1 Mark II cameras version as well. And this is what I primarily use for my Lumix S1 Mark II. Now, the current issue that I have with a system kind of like this one is the fact that I like actually taking off my camera on and off this style rig more often than I actually did with my S5 IIX. That's also because I own two S5 IIXs. So one of them would be rigged up in something like this all the time, and the other one would be bare bones. So the fact that I have to kind of unscrew multiple points on this entire rig was kind of slowing down my process if I wanted to go from something super small, handheld, low key, into using something more like this, built out, having V-mount power and different benefits that the Cineback style rigs often have. And then the second big issue that a lot of people talk about with the Cineback style rigs is currently there's no really great option for your XLR adapters, either the XLR1 or the XLR2, providing 32-bit flow audio on the new Lumix S1 Mark II cameras. Now, I've actually tried solving this issue in the past using my own money, and I bought the Cineback from Camera Foundry. Now, in all honesty, they make great products, but however, this one doesn't work that good for Lumix cameras. To begin with, your camera was never perfectly flush, and it was always being tilted out just a hair like this, which gave me just OCD having not this be completely perfectly straight. The other issue with this one is that there is no way to mount on your top handle on the back. I personally like mounting my handles a little bit farther back, knowing I'm going to be pinned on a monitor, and also just kind of adjusting the weight. The fact that the Omnia does have mounting points on top of this does make it super helpful for mounting different things. Then the last big downside of this entire system is actually it only has one D-tap. Yes, there's some USB-Cs, which is great, but I would much prefer having D-taps and then converting that to USB-C. Also, it was actually really hard to get any V-mounts on itself. It seemed like it was taking like bare strength to get it on and off. And like even right now, like I'm having to use so much strength to take off a V-mount battery versus the Rig Pro system felt like it just slid on, locked into place, and then to unlock it, it was like a lot easier to do so. Let's start off to what's actually in the box and what comes included when you buy this entire unit. The thing you obviously have itself is the Omnia unit itself, where you're going to be pinned on your V-mount. You have your 4D taps. You also have your voltmeter on the side, and then it already comes with, I've already installed it, but it comes with your screen protector for the side. And then you're going to also be getting this quick release plate that attaches to the bottom of the unit. Then there's also a couple accessory things. You have this cord organizer where you can throw all your cords onto the side. You do have also some D-tap organizers that you can get for the rig. But you have a top mounting plate that you can put on top of your camera. And then you have a side mounting plate that where you can put this to mount a couple other accessories, or put a wireless mic transmitter or some time code sync on the side as well. The last accessory that they personally sent me that I'm not going to be pinning on my rig because I personally like having NATO handles, but they do have a top handle that fits really well on this rig. My one recommendation to Rig Pro, and just if you guys are able to, I wish that there was at least an option to choose if you want your Arco Swiss plate to be this way or this way. Editor Matt here. One quick note about this. I actually did reach out to Rig Pro about this part of the video, and they did actually say they are working something to fix that for some type of square Arco Swiss plate solution. So that is in the works right now. So with all that said, everything else I was about to say this is basically mute, and this solution is about to happen. Anyways, I'll let you get back to the video. What I did do was I actually took my old Rig Pro for my S5 IIX. I took the bottom plate of this one, and I noticed that it fits perfectly onto the Omnia by Rig Pro. And then I basically bought an Arca Swiss adapter that can go sideways. So now I can simply put any camera rig that has an Arca Swiss plate or has a camera cage with one built in, and then attach it on and not need any of these plates to be getting added to the rig itself, which makes this honestly super handy to switch between different cameras and different rigs and not having any extra accessories. This is also great if I want to take this camera off and then mount it to a tripod. This would save me an entire step of having to unscrew something like this. All right, I'm just gonna quickly build out 2 variations of this rig so you guys can see how this entire rig kind of looks and is situated. Come on. Can this S9 actually fit on there? Oh, yes, son. Now, before I finish building out the rest of this rig and putting all the other different accessories, this is kind of my point of why I like having an Arca Swiss plate being this way instead of being this way, is because I can take a camera like this on my Lumix S9 and then have it be rigged out fully and basically ready to go. And then if I want to swap cameras, all I would have to do would take this out, obviously take out my dummy battery that's not there yet, put this camera rig on, lock into place, and then put my screen down. And then this rig is all ready to basically go once, again, I put my dummy battery in there itself. And then right here, I'm going to be adding my dummy battery. I'm gonna slide this in all the way first, kind of chuck all these cables in there, and then have this be all the way at the bottom so it's completely out of the way, so I can easily access all these different controls right here, and then it's not bothering me whatsoever. This just makes it so clean. The fact that this camera is basically ready to be powered on by just a flip of the switch. So this is basically all about to be finalized and done. The nice part is, like he said, I can throw on my XLR adapter right here, and now I have basically an entire rig that can record 32-bit float. If I simply want, I can slide on my monitor right here, and now I'm basically ready to roll audio. The last thing I would need to do is actually just run cables to all of this, and I'm basically good to go, which I'll do right now. Yo, that's so clean. All the cables are hidden away, just one cable out, and basically this rig is ready to go with 32-bit float audio being able to be accessed. Or over here, you're able to plug in your XLR mics if you want right there. You can have your time code. Throw right here, you can clip on your audio unit. Boom, you're basically kind of good to go. You can add a top handle too if you want to this rig and do different things like that, that's pretty cool. If you don't need your XLR adapter and you want your rig to be a little bit smaller, because I personally only using XLR adapters whenever I'm running interviews, but this just helps the balancing to like weigh this stuff back, especially when I'm throwing on bigger lenses on the front eventually. It just kind of helps with the overall rig, and then kind of just the aesthetic of the entire profile being a lot smaller and slim. And just like that, we have the entire rig set up, so you can actually have your top monitor, have a hand be right here, have this handle be a little bit farther back. And having something like this is actually super sick and super clean setup, because you have everything that you need. The greatest part here is if you want your monitor to be a little bit closer, you totally can. And now you have it be a little bit more closer and rigged up like this. And there you go, that's the OmniNub by Rig Pro. Honestly, I really actually enjoy having something like this. So this is gonna make it a lot easier switching between an entire rig system like this. And if I wanna break this all down and go handheld, it's a lot simpler with just being able to quick lash this off and then basically have my camera be good to go the moment I take that dummy battery out. If you are interested in picking the OmniNub Pro or anything else that's on this entire rig, there will be links down in the description. If you guys want to see why I personally recommend Lumix cameras, well, check out that video right there. YouTube recommends you might like this video right here. Until next one, guys, peace.